Look at this thing. That's Zebrawood. We are making another pen. I hope you guys enjoy it. Those crows are really loud. Alright, now let's talk about drilling. Drill has to go through the blank, and it's important that it goes in the center and hopefully comes out through the center on the other side. It should not go in the center but go at an angle. And there are many gadgets and jigs and specialized chucks to help you do that. Of course they will help, but I know a trick that can avoid all that for these purposes. Here's the trick. Remember how we drew the dots exactly in the center of each half of the blank? That dot is going to be crucial in telling us whether our blank is centered accurately in the chuck. When we turn the lathe on, that dot has to stay exactly in the middle and not move. It'll be a nice bright black circle. If the blank is not centered, that dot is going to be either making a circle or be hazy or unclear or well, enough of me talking, I'll just show you. There it is. See how it stayed right in the center? Now let's see what happens if I give it a little bit of a knock. So it might take a little bit of time to center the blank. You might give a few dozens of little knocks and checking it, so there's a little bit of time involved. But once it's centered, you know it's going to be quite accurate, and that's important. Okay, so after the drilling, I just finished, this is what our blank the holes in each one should look like. I'll show you closer. They're in the center and in the center of the other sides. They are not too close to any edge. This trick has been working for me ever since I discovered it. Now the tubes. Majority of pen kits come with these tubes that are completely smooth on the outside. I always take a bit of sandpaper and scuff the outside surfaces for better adhesion inside the wood blank. Just a little bit of 120 grit. Take the tube and just twist it put it on the other side. If you twist it different ways, you're going to get crisscross little patterns. Now gluing the tubes. I'm going to use epoxy. This is a 5-minute epoxy. It works great, and once I mix it in this little cup, I'll have to be working quite quick. You don't need much glue, only a little bit. I always apply the glue on the tubes and not on the inside of the blanks, because then you get the glue inside your tubes once you insert them. Our blank has very nice grain running from end to end, and I don't want to mess it up when I press the whole pen together. And to do that, we need to make marks on inside of the tubes. Doesn't have to be anything special. That will do. Any marks that we make on the surface will be turned away, so we will lose them. And later on, it's only too easy to forget or to not pay attention and actually mismatch it, and then our pen will be a little bit out of style. Alright, so now that the glue has completely dried out, we need to sand it away, because there's still a little bit of excess of glue on these edges, and on the other side we need to sand it down to where the tubes are, because I've cut the blanks a little bit longer than the tubes. Let's get our roughing gouge. And finally, the skew chisel. Alright, now we're ready for sanding. Now I just sanded it very lightly to have a look, and I found that this wood has open grain structure, and as you can see right there, right in the center, all those open grains are, well, pretty much everywhere. So I'm going to close them up. I'm going to fill them in with CA glue. The CA glue is clear, it's going to absorb into the wood and it's going to hold the wood better, which means we're going to get better finish in the end. So let's have a look what we've done. Now all the grain has been filled in, we can proceed with our sanding. That looks pretty good. I think we're ready to finish. I forgot to wear the glove. I have to wear a glove because this can get quite hot. Now we need to match the grain. Remember we drew two marks on the insides of the tubes? There's a mark and there was a mark in there. So the pen will go together like this. And because we kept our grain orientation, this is how I want the pen to be assembled. And to do that, we're going to close the pen, and then we're going to find those two lines. There they are. And I know that I want to close it this way, so I'm going to make a tiny mark right between those two lines. So that when I press, I want this mark to be exactly in between these two lines of the grain. That's how we should press the pen. Well, moment of truth. There we go. Insert this, close it up, seems like a lot of work went into making something this small, but in the end, whoever is going to be the owner of this pen is going to have something completely unique, simply because no two pieces of wood can be the same. It's impossible to make another one looking like this. These pens make fantastic gifts. They are great to look at, they are very comfortable to write with, and if you don't throw them around, they will last you a lifetime. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.